Hi there, future scientists and math wizards. Welcome to Smile Road. I'm Sir M, and I created this channel just for you, senior high school students looking to make science and math easier, clearer, and yes, even more fun. On Smile Road, we explore exciting lessons in general science, solve real life problems in general mathematics, and learn how these subjects connect to the world around us, from floating boats to your monthly budget. Each meeting, I'll guide you through lessons using simple explanations, real life examples, and even a few challenges to keep your brain sharp. Whether you're reviewing for exams, catching up on class topics, or just curious about how the world works, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you won't miss any of our learning adventures here on Smile Road. So, are you ready to start this journey with me? Let's walk the road of knowledge with a smile. Our topic for today is about selecting appropriate measures of central tendency and variability in data analysis. This is about quarter 2 of grade 11 general mathematics, data and probability. Once again, our topic is about selecting appropriate measures of central tendency and variability in data analysis. And this is quarter 2, data and probability, lesson 16, intended learning outcomes. By the end of this lesson, the learners are expected to A. Define the measures of central tendency, the mean, the median, the mode, and the measures of variability, the range, variance, standard deviation, interquartile range. Letter B. Differentiate the appropriate use of each measure depending on the type and distribution of data. Letter C. Identify the most suitable measure of central tendency and variability in real-life situations and problem contexts. Letter D. Interpret data sets using the correct measures to support meaningful conclusions. Letter E. Apply critical thinking in choosing the correct statistical tool for specific data characteristics. For example, the presence of outliers, skewed distribution, categorical versus numerical data. Measures of central tendency. This describes the center or the average of a data set. And then the first one is the mean. The mean is the arithmetic average. It is best used when data are numerical, continuous, and normally distributed without extreme outliers. Letter B, the median. The median is the value which is at the middle when data are ordered. It can be increasing or decreasing order. And it is useful for skewed distributions or when there are outliers. Mode. The mode is the most frequent value, And this is appropriate for categorical data or identifying the most common occurrence in a data set. Example, the average SEM scores, you need to use the mean. The typical household income, skewed, of course, by very rich families. So you might as well use the median. Most common shoe size in a store. And then you use the mode as the measure of the central tendency. And then measures of variability. Measures of variability describe how spread out or dispersed the data are. So the first variability is the range. Range the difference between the highest and the lowest values. Simple, but of course affected by outliers. Letter B, variance. The average square deviation from the mean shows how far data points are from the mean. Standard deviation, SD. Standard deviation is the square root of variance and is most widely used as it is in the name unit as the data. And letter D, interquartile range, IQR. This means the spread of the middle 50% of data. It is best used when dealing with skewed data or outliers. For example, height differences among students. You might as well use the standard deviation. Income inequality in a city. You need to use interquartile range, IQR, and then the range of temperatures in a day. So you use the range. Choosing the right measure. So for symmetrical distribution with outliers, you may use the mean and standard deviation. For skewed distributions or the presence of outliers, you use median and interquartile range. Categorical data, you need to use the mode. And small data sets with extreme values, so you use median. Median may better represent the center than the mean. Number 4, purpose-driven selection. So the learners should recognize that no single measure fits all situations. The choice depends on the nature of the data. Is it categorical, ordinal, numerical? Then we have distribution shape. Is it normal or is it skewed? Skewed to the right or skewed to the left? And then the purpose of analysis. For example, policy making, business decision, scientific study. Application to real-life context. So in education, teachers use mean scores to assess overall performance but may use median to avoid being misled by very high or low scores. So in economics, government reports often use median income to better represent the typical citizen. For business, companies use mode to track the most sold product size. In data and in science and research, standard deviation is widely applied to show variability in experimental results. Key takeaways. For letter A, central tendency, the mean, the median, and the mode describes the center. Variability describes the spread. And these are the range, the variance, standard deviation, and interquartile range. So therefore, the correct choice depends on the data type, the distribution, and purpose. Practice problems for our quarter 2 data and probability lesson 16, selecting appropriate measures of central tendency and variability in data analysis. Instructions for each item: read the situation carefully and determine which measure of central tendency, the mean, median, or mode, or variability, the range, the variance, standard deviation, interquartile range is most appropriate to describe the data. Do not compute. Number 1. A shoe company wants to know the most common shoe size sold in their store. So we are given the shoe size sold. Required, identify the most common shoe size. So solution, use mode represents the most frequently occurring value. So the final answer, the mode. So our interpretation, the company can stock the shoe size that is most frequently bought. Practice problem number 2. A class wants to know the average score of students in a quiz to see the overall performance. So we're given quiz scores of students. So required the average score. So our solution, use the mean, what we call the arithmetic average. So the final answer is the mean. And interpretation, this shows the general performance of the class. Practice problem number 13. A real estate agent wants to determine the typical price of houses in a subdivision where a few houses are extremely expensive compared to the rest. So we're given house prices with outliers. So required typical price without distortion from the extremes. And solution, use the median, which is the middle value. So the final answer, median. And our interpretation, median shows the typical house price in spite of outliers. Practice problem number 4. A fast food manager wants to know the central order value when all customers' spending is arranged from least to greatest. So we're given customer spending amounts, require the central order value. So our solution, use the median. So the final answer, median. Our interpretation, this reflects the typical customer spending when arranged in order. we will have the next part of this lesson